Hey everyone, this is Gary from Memory Motors, and today I'd like to introduce you to Groot. Groot is a 1981 Chevrolet Caprice estate wagon powered by a 305 V8 engine and an automatic transmission. Now this may take you back to some of the vacation movies. Unfortunately, it's not a Ford, it's a Chev, but still sort of the same genre of car, that's for sure, with the real, authentic, fake wood grain siding. And that's basically one of the biggest faults with this car, is that the wood grain siding has started to peel in a few spots, especially here on the rear quarter panels. There is no rust underneath, but as you can see, all that wood grain has come off. You can definitely get that fixed and be replaced. Most of the people that do vinyl wraps are able to fix that kind of stuff for you. But today we're going to do our regular walk around videos and try and show you the good and the bad with regards to this car. You can see there's some rust spots here under the window. Paint is, again, there's a couple more spots here. Paint is faded, but there are no holes. One thing that does stand out on this car is that the insert between the bumper and the body is missing. You'll see all along here there's a gap. There should be a plastic filler panel in there. A lot of these cars that cracks, and basically it's very hard to find one to replace it. And we are still looking. We'll get around to opening the back door for you shortly, and we'll take a look inside there. Car does have dual exhaust. The tips are rusty, but they're not rotted. One thing that's kind of unique is that the rear, the spare tire well typically rots out on these cars, and it's very, very solid. As a matter of fact, the only things that we're aware of that this car needs for a safety inspection would be the rear view mirror replaced, which I have inside. It hasn't been reattached yet, and the parking brake cables need to be repaired. Other than that, it's pretty much ready to go. Again, you'll see more peeling, but along the bottom again, rockers are still solid. Panels over top of them are in decent shape, not too much as far as dings or dents go. All in all, a fairly solid example of an old station wagon. So if you're looking for nostalgia, this is definitely a good place to start. Again, going around the front, you can see some of the paint is coming off on the insert there as well. Again, that's more of that rubber that cracks over time. The one good thing about this car is it does still sport its original factory roof rack. Still there for hauling Christmas trees around or whatever else you want to haul, your 4x8 sheets of plywood on the weekend from Home Depot or wherever else you need to go. Now we'll take a look inside. Okay, so we'll start out with the back of the car. Again, this one unfortunately does not have the mother-in-law seat feature that we usually talk about in these cars, so third row seating. Unfortunately, that's not there, so this is just basically under storage. You can see that there's also some air shocks in here, as well as the factory radio and some additional brake and suspension parts that came with the vehicle that will go along with the car when we sell it. The previous owner did have an amplifier in here. He took the amp out, but he left in the aftermarket stereo. Again, taking a look along the bottom of the door, really solid, no real issues there at all. And the power window does work, and the door will function in both directions. Taking a look again at the passenger side, no real issues along the bottoms of the doors. Rocker panels, is a little bit of surface rust there, but it's still solid, no holes at all. Interior is in really good shape, does have the original seats in it, which is quite nice. Carpeting is in decent condition. As you can see here, we'll pull the mat out so you can take a good look underneath. No issues there. Back of the seats are also in good shape. No problems there, as are the door panels. Going up front, again, door panels are in decent shape. Bottoms of the doors and everything are still in good shape. Carpet's a little bit more worse for wear up here. You can see some of the staining and stuff. You can also see that there's a little bit of water there. That's from when we tried to clean the carpet. There is no leaks and anything. You'll also notice that there's some blue lights. Those were put in by the previous owner as well. Wanted to get a little bit more accent lighting inside the car for some reason. Seats are in good shape. Seat belts are all functional. Armrest is still there. One thing I will point out when we get around to the driver's side is there's a piece of trim missing that we're actually trying to source right now, but so far haven't had any luck. So back over to the driver's side now. Again, still a fairly decent condition. No rust, no holes. Bottoms of the doors are in really good shape. Interior, again, good shape as well. Carpets, this is where his amplifiers and everything were, but carpets itself is all still intact. No rips, no tears. Everything there is in really good shape. Going inside the car, here's the problem that I talked about. The what they call A-pillar trim molding is gone from this side. So we've been trying to find one of those and so far haven't had any luck. And they can see that the original dome light has been replaced with a couple of aftermarket dome lights. Not sure why that was done, but they do function as intended. Mileage showing on the car is currently 41,550.8 kilometers. Don't know if you can see that very well in this lighting. There we go. Hopefully that's a little bit better. And we don't know for sure. Well, we're quite certain actually that the mileage has been around at least once, if not more than that. Now let's see if we can get it to fire up here. Car has been sitting for a week, so we'll see how easily it starts. Here we go. Now, unfortunately, we can't really take the car for a test drive for you, but we can go out under the hood and take a look around for you. Okay, so out here under the hood, you can see, again, the same basic condition, Chevy 305, 4-barrel carburetor. The alternator has just been replaced, as has the battery. Battery is brand new as well. I still have no problems with the electrical system, charging system at all. Again, it has been looked over mechanically and is in really good shape, ready to go that way. Should have no issues. The car is not a factory air car. It has no air conditioning, so that's something to keep in mind as well. But other than that, it's a fairly decent vehicle. Carburetor works as intended. As I said, it's been sitting for probably about a week now, but it still idles really smooth, runs really well, drives nice, shifts properly, does everything you'd expect it to do for a wagon that's in really good condition from 1981. I'll give you a little bit more look around back. Again, dual exhaust, working fine. No burning, no blue smoke, no leaks under the car for exhaust. As you saw when we were under the hood, there was some oil leaks there, but there's nothing really dripping on the ground. It's more sweating old gaskets, kind of stuff that you could easily repair on your own without too much trouble. Thanks for taking the time to view the video. By all means, feel free to send us an email or give us a call if you have any more questions about Groot. And hopefully it's the kind of car that you'd be interested in one day. And we hope we can find it a good home. Thanks for watching.